Hello, loyal viewers, and welcome to the Thanksgiving edition of C-Scope. I am Danielle Knitzke.
And I'm Jenny Kramer.
Monday, November 23rd, Cypress Police and Cypress College Security had detained a student at the Cypress College bookstore. Sandro was on location. Let's take a look at the footage.
Sandro with C-Scope. Security apprehended an individual who was taking books from the bookstore.
The student was in a wheelchair and had concealed 30 books on his persons and was arrested.
As the increase of the prices in the bookstore, we most likely will be seeing a lot of this type of activity.
Is this due to high book prices or our economy?
Speaking of rising prices in California, here's Sandro with his piece on rising tuition costs at all UCs.
Thank you, Jenny. There were angry mobs at UC schools across California, and they weren't college football fans. No cuts, no fees, education should be free. That catchy chant was being screamed by angry protesters at UCLA on Thursday, November 19th. Also on Thursday, UC Berkeley had a large number of people protesting, and 41 were arrested on trespassing charges, but eventually were set free. Another UC school was swarmed with more unhappy guests. Protests were conducted at UC Santa Cruz that started on Thursday and ended up lasting until Saturday, November 21st. 100 students attempted a sit-in with a list of demands. The state of California has increased UC schools' tuition 32%. This means that the state also cut the cost of its expenses due to the lack of funds. On the brighter side, officials will be upping the amount of financial aid given to lower and middle income students. Will we see an increase in tuition at community colleges? With this budget deficit as the main topic, who has a solution that can benefit the students who can't afford education? In answer to the budget cuts, Professor of Political Science Peter Matthews has a proposal called Rescue Education California for our governor. Professor Matthews' main goal is to improve education K-12 is to reduce the class size, update textbooks, and provide the students with internet access. The proposal will also implement apprenticeships and internships. To contact Professor Matthews for more information, call 562-234-3319 or email gotomatthews@msn.com.
Thanks for that information. It pertains to all college students in California as well as prospective students. Now a word from our sponsors.
Hello, my friend. My name is Malik Hassan Hassan. You must buy. You're crazy. You not want to buy my Honda Civic? 2009 is very good. We sell you good price. We have low prices. Hello, Malik Hamid Hassan here. Look at this sleek design of my Honda Civic. And I have a 98 2000 Honda Civic right here for you. I have crazy low prices. I do not lie. Look at this car. You must buy. Come down to Malik Hassan and I sell you car right here, my friend. Right now.
For the past few weeks, I've been without new video games. Instead, I've been falling back on old favorites like Sly Cooper and Harvest Moon. So in lieu of a new game review, I'd like to touch upon something that has been happening all too frequently: video game to movie transitions. Recently, the cinema has been bombarded with such films as Max Payne and Hitman. These films underwhelm critics and audiences worldwide. Movie companies see video games as having a built-in audience, which is true, but they also disregard the source material in favor of creating a blockbuster film. Never has Hollywood been able to make a video game film that tops my favorite, Super Mario Bros., which features the unrivaled talents of Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper. Hoskins stepped into Mario's overalls in a way that can never be replicated. Such a rare and pure gem of awesome cannot be repeated. Of course, recent popular video games such as BioShock and Prince of Persia have inspired further films. How can we stop this? I just don't see the movie. But then again, I'm not the movie reviewer. Speaking of whom, here's Thomas.
Over the weekend, I had the distinct privilege of finding the last available ticket for a Sunday afternoon showing of New Moon. Now, I bet a lot of you are asking, was it worth imitating Black Friday just to see a movie that follows vampires and werewolves, and just happened to be directed by the guy who worked on American Pie? In truth, no. This movie is not epic enough to be rushed to like The Dark Knight. The acting is still oppressed by six-pack abs, and the angst is only slightly better than John Tucker Must Die. But what New Moon manages to do is subtle improvements. For starters, it added a reasonable plot that keeps you entertained. But what was the initial plot to begin with? Let me inform those who don't know. Bella falls in love with stoic vampire Edward. Bella wants to be a vampire. Vampire chaos ensues. Edward leaves Bella and she protests in silence. Bella finds Jacob, whose lack of body hair doesn't really qualify him for the menopausal werewolf that he is. And the rest is just a movie of teen angst version of Sophie's Choice. In closing, I wouldn't call this a great movie, but just a movie created for the sake of a phenomenon. I mean, the next one called Eclipse comes out in June with a different director. That's pretty much trying to cash in while the ADD audience is still paying attention, isn't it? For those down that teen angst movies can't be universal, I must ask you, have you seen Heathers? I'm just saying that if you think New Moon was good, there is a way better movies located at your local Netflix. So quit dilly-daddling and make an account today. I guarantee you won't regret it. And now, for something you should care about, here's Abdul with a review of the theater department's Three Musketeers.
This past weekend, I saw the Cypress College Theater Department's Three Musketeers. It's an adventurously romantic and funny story about a boy who wants to become a musketeer. The play was thrilling and breathtaking. I enjoyed the actors' performances and their portrayals of the characters. To me, they felt real and genuine. The stage fighting was action-packed and awesome. As for the character development and plotline, Ken Ludwig did an excellent job of adapting Alexander Dumas' original story. I give this production 5 stars. Again, I want to thank the Cypress College Theater Department for their passionate efforts. This is Abdul, signing off.
Thanks for the reviews, guys. And for your around-the-clock Cypress College news, check out cycron.com.
Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week.